Magellan then reached the Philippines. He was thus successful in finding a route to Asia by sailing westwards. So Ferdinand Magellan successfully finding a route to Asia by sailing westwards. Who found a route to Asia by sailing westwards? Ferdinand Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan successfully finding a route to Asia by sailing westwards. And Magellan and many of his men died on that voyage. Magellan and many of his men died on the voyage. Voyage means a long journey by sea. A long journey by sea is known as voyage. Magellan and many of his men died on that voyage. After his death, some of the survivors sailed back and returned to Spain in 1522. 1522. After his death, some of the survivor means the remainder of a group of people. A person who survives, especially a person remaining alive after an event in which others have died, is known as survivor. A person remaining alive after an event in which others have died. So the remainder of a group of people, the remainder of the group of people is known as survivor. So some of the survivors sailed back and returned to Spain in 1522. Magellan's voyage proved that the earth is round. Who proved that the earth is round? Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan proved that the earth is round. He also opened the Pacific Ocean for new explorers and trade. Ferdinand Magellan proved that the earth is round. And he also opened the Pacific Ocean to other explorers for trade. Trade means selling and buying of goods. Next prominent explorer is Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa in Italy. Those days, trade between Asia and Europe was done through a land route. In that days, trade, selling and buying of goods, that conducted by a land route. In which countries? Which continents? Asia and Europe. It was necessary to find a sea route to India, China and Japan. Till that time, trade conducted by land route. It was necessary to find a sea route to India, China and Japan. Knowing that the earth was round, Columbus decided to sail westward to reach Asia. So, Ferdinand Magellan already proved that the earth was round. That's why Christopher Columbus decided to sail westwards to reach Asia. With support and finance from the King and Queen of Spain, Columbus set sail in August 1492. With the support and finance from the King and Queen of Spain, Columbus start his journey in which year? 1492. Christopher Columbus started his journey in August 1492. After sailing for weeks together, they sight land on 12 October 1492. Columbus thought that it was Japan. In fact, he reached the island near the American mainland. And he thought that it was Japan, but actually he reached the island near the American mainland. So Columbus actually decided to sail westwards to find a land route to Asia. and he started his journey with the financial support of the king and queen of Spain, and he started his journey in the year of August 1492, 1492, and he reached that place 1492, 12th October. He started at the month of August, and he reached there at the month of October. And he thought that it was Japan. He thought that it was Japan, but in fact it was islands near the American mainland. So Christopher Columbus born in Genoa in Italy, and that times or those days trade conducting by land route. Ferdinand Magellan proved that the earth was round. That's why Columbus decided to sail westwards to find a sea route, and he started his journey with the financial support of the Spain, king and queen of Spain, and he started his journey 1492 in August, and he reached nearby a land 1492 in October month, October 12, and he thought that it was Japan, but in fact he reached the island near the American mainland. Next one is Vasco da Gama. It was Vasco da Gama who supervised building the ships for the voyage of Bartholomew Diaz. It was Vasco da Gama supervised building the ships for the voyage for Bartholomew Diaz. Vasco da Gama, also a Portuguese navigator, followed the route of Diaz and sailed round Africa with 4 ships. Vasco da Gama, also a Portuguese navigator, followed the route of Bartholomew Diaz, and sailed round Africa with 4 ships. After 3 months, he reached the Cape of Good Hope. Already we studied that Cape of Good Hope, and he reached there after 3 months. Sailing round the Cape of Good Hope, Vasco da Gama reached Kozhikode in Kerala in the year of 1498. Thus he discovered the sea route to India. Who discovered the sea route to India? Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama discovered the sea route to India, and he reached Kozhikode in Kerala in the year of 1498. In 1498, Vasco da Gama discovered the sea route to India, and this new route enabled other European countries to establish commercial contact with India. And this new sea route enable means to make able, other European countries to establish means to start having a relationship with, commercial contact. Commercial means concerned with commerce. Commercial means concerned with commerce. Commerce means the activity of buying and selling. Commerce means the activity of buying and selling of goods. The activity of buying and selling of goods is known as commerce. Commercial means concerned with commerce. Commercial means concerned with commerce. And this sea route enabled other European countries to start commercial contact with India. Vasco da Gama made 2 more voyages to India, and he died in India. Vasco da Gama made 2 more voyages to India, and he died in which country? In India. And the next and the last one is Marco Polo. Which one? Marco Polo. Marco Polo was born in Italy. And in 1271, he set off for China with his father and uncle. He set off means begin a journey. He began a journey with his father and uncle. For which country? For China. And they reached Turkey by sea and took the land route from there. And they reached Turkey. Turkey means a country in the Middle East. Turkey is a country in the Middle East. And they reached Turkey by sea and took the land route from there. After a long journey of about 5 years, they reached China. After a long journey, about how many years? About 5 years. After that, they reached in China. And the Chinese emperor means ruler or king. The Chinese emperor welcomed there. The Chinese emperor welcomed there. Welcomed whom? Marco Polo and his father and uncle. Marco Polo served this emperor as a civil servant. Marco Polo served this emperor as a civil servant. The emperor sent Marco Polo to India, Myanmar and Sri Lanka on certain missions. So the emperor sent Marco Polo to where? To India, Myanmar and Sri Lanka on certain missions, certain special purposes works. Marco Polo stayed in China for many years. Marco Polo stayed in China for many years. He also wrote a book about life in China. Marco Polo also wrote a book about life in China. After 24 years, Marco Polo returned to Italy. After 24 years, Marco Polo returned to Italy. So Marco Polo was born in Italy, and in 1271, he started his journey. He set off his journey to China with his father and uncle. And he reached Turkey by sea and took the land route from there. And after a long journey, how many years? After 5 years, he reached there. And the Chinese emperor welcomed there. And Marco Polo served this emperor as a civil servant. And the emperor sent him to India, Myanmar and Sri Lanka for certain works. And he stayed in China for many years. He served in China for many years. And he wrote a book about the life in China. After 24 years, Marco Polo returned to Italy. His country. After 24 years, Marco Polo returned to Italy. I hope that the chapter is clear. Read the chapter 5 or 6 times and complete the exercise. Thank you.